And this weather has really got me feeling rough. But, well, I guess it's time to do the inevitable and cover the first of Hovind's two open mics the past week. Today we're going to be looking at Thursday's open mic because naturally we're going to do Thursday and then we're going to do last night's. Don't really have anything major for the preamble. Honestly, not looking forward to this at all. But it is fourth quarter. Advertising revenue is pretty good. And this is what you all tune in for. You always have some fun while we're here, whether you're here live or after the fact. So we're just going to fire away. We click the usual buttons in Restream. They get 0645-2017 on screen. Check that everything's copacetic. It is, and we're off to the races.
Good evening, folks. Ken Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland. Lovely Dinosaur Adventureland. 75 degrees today. Canadians, come on down. Visit. We're at Lenox, Alabama at Dinosaur Adventureland and Genesis Baptist Church. It is November the 13th, 2025. Open mic tonight. Call in. I got a special guest coming in tomorrow night, Joseph. Almost got him for tonight. I'll tell you more about that later.
Man, love it when a stream starts and his entire connection just decides to shit itself.
A bunch of channels are on Facebook, over 200,000 people, on Rumble, on X, on our own app, KenHovind.tv.
I always sound excited when I say it, like it's my first time ever discovering it exists.
Instagram and TikTok. Thank you, atheists, for working so hard to shut our YouTube channel down because we just spread out everywhere else.
That's why we went and started another one, and then another one on top of that, but we stopped using that one. But we're sticking to this one.
Thank you. Keep up the good work, okay? And thank you, many of you atheists, for sharing my stuff on your channel. I know you do it to make fun of it.
So fucking full of himself, and can't trust me, no one's watching my content to try to learn anything from you. You know, that's the thing, Kent. If people really want to watch you, they can just go and watch your crap. They're not going to go through my commentary to watch you. Especially if they were to pay attention to the commentary and realize just how much of a piece of crap you are. They'd never bother to watch your stuff. So this isn't what you think it is, Kent.
But I think most of your viewers are thinking, this guy's right. What am I going to do?
Yeah, they are thinking, hey, Chris is right.
Yeah. That's okay. Anyway.
So fucking full of himself.
November the 13th, come on down. Thanksgiving in 2 weeks. If you want to join us for Thanksgiving, we can be your family. Join us for Christmas.
I'd rather die.
Come celebrate the holidays with us. If you don't have a family, we'll take you in. Anybody coming from Dallas, please call me. Guy's got a whole garage full of stuff that's been donated to give to our ministry.
Yeah, they deported Jesus. You know, they would too. If Jesus just popped up and went around doing whatever, ICE would deport his ass.
Ministry just needs a ride here. Fossils and tools and stuff like that. So please call me.
No one down in that area offer to take them to Dinosaur Adventureland, say you're headed that way, and then just take them and never give them there. No one in that area, please do that. Don't. That's a horrible thing to do. I am totally not suggesting someone in the area do that.
As of today, siding are done on one side, on the would be the south side. This needs painted now. And
here we are now putting siding on the south side. Man, that song was everywhere. Moby, Southside, had Gwen Stefani. That song was everywhere at 2000, and then it just disappeared. The song gets cooler every time I listen to it. Not much of a fan of Moby's other work, but Southside was awesome.
The west end is almost done. You've got to paint that, put the trim on. There's the north side. We're going to have the open area with a big place for games and activities and stuff on there. And the left side of that door is going to be all
games and activities related to Noah's Ark, like shoveling shit, working the bellows so you can pump out all the animal piss and shit air, and incest, all the incest you can handle.
Rooms with animals in it, and the right side is going to be apartments for people to stay in. Okay, there's the Ark coming together. Praise God. Inside we have 2 moon pools. Noah's Ark probably had 5 to relieve the stress on a long ship. Come on down, and we'll explain it all when you come. Ramps to go up and down. Rooms for the animals. You can help us build all this and stay open for free by joining our 777 Club. We don't charge anything for admission. We feed 3,000 meals a month, and we just absorb the bill.
Boo fucking who.
If you want to help us, please do. Electric bill about $4,000 a month. So please.
Don't care.
please join our 777 clubs. Yeah, I'm going to help. Give $1 a day if you can, or whatever you can do. DrDino.com, 9.6 years. Okay, let's see. Joseph, I was going to get to some questions. I had a bunch of them somebody sent me.
He's getting his preamble down to just a couple of minutes now. Impressive.
But I want to get the ones you had for me first. Let's see. Yeah, I asked you to get some first. Let's do those, brother. What do you got there?
I got the slides I sent you.
Oh, you sent me the slides?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get time to put them in. It's been a busy day.
All right, sometimes there's points where I wish I had my cam up just because. I mean, I'm just shaking my head and at the stage face palming. Just like, come on. Could you try harder? Your busy day consists of a whole lot of nothing, Kent. You could try harder. Real quality production here.
If you have any questions, call in. We believe the Bible is true and evolution is stupid, real stupid. You'd have to go to college for years to be dumb enough to believe something like that.
I don't have any of my stuff prepared, so I just gotta say the same old recycled bullshit I always say. All the fucking insults to everyone who actually bothers to give a damn about the way the world actually works. Because I'm Kent Hovind, and it doesn't fucking matter, except when it's convenient and I need medicine for that snake bite or other bullshit. Are using the internet. Oh, that's from real science. But evolution, that's not science. Physics, that's not science. Cosmology, that's not science.
Was that one comments?
Yeah.
I couldn't read that fast, brother. You
I have a comment. You suck.
go away quick. Oop. Bigger. Let's see. Great story. I wonder what this is about. Matthew Harvey. Very smart most of the time. Can see dinosaurs are birds. That's not very smart.
Hovind said it, so it must be true. Hovind ex cathedra. See how easy it is to do, Kent?
But can't see Jews are devils. The Old Testament was their way, not the ways of Christ. Okay, Matthew, I think you're wrong on all three counts, but thank you. Okay. Josh Smith. The Japanese were the Nazis of the East. That is correct. Okay. It is not as well known for their level of war crimes as were the Nazis, but it's here. As Voltaire said, those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. I haven't heard that quote, but it's true.
Well, that says everything you need to know about Kent if he's supposed to be so well versed and he hasn't heard that line.
If he said it or not, it's true.
Hey, Kent, you ever hear the one of those who don't remember history are doomed to repeat it? Or something to that effect? Yeah, we're kind of living it now.
Still true. Okay. Let's see, Benjamin. I love it when science catches up with what the Bible has to say all along. Me too, Benjamin. They're slowly catching up on a few things.
Oh, yeah. So next, the scientists are going to classify bats as birds. That's totally going to happen, right, Kent? Are bats birds?
See, evolution is like to think it is science versus religion. Evolution is a religion.
No, it's not.
I love science. There's nothing scientific.
No, you don't. And yes, evolution, whatever you want to classify it as, even going to your six kinds, is all very scientifically substantiated. Because the fields of cosmology, geology, biology, I'm sure there's a couple others that are really prominent in there. Already covered geology, meteorology. They're all science, Kent.
About evolution. It's a religious belief. You're welcome to keep it. But they don't want to admit it's a religion because they lose their tax funding. Yeah, I know, guys. It's
Yeah, complain of conspiracy.
And then you die. But get over it, okay? Yes, it's
You first, buddy boy.
documented that Hitler
What a piece of shit.
loved evolutionary theory and even ranted about it in his bunker during the last days of the Nazi.
No. Just plain no. Everything you just said is completely wrong.
Yeah, Hitler was a strong believer in evolution, no question about it. He was trying to speed up the process, kill the inferiors. Yep. Good evening, sir. Hope all is well. Thank you, Brad. Not all not well. My throat hurts from talking too much. When they find my jawbone,
No, it's not him giving blowjobs to Trump. That's not it at all.
they're going to think I was a woman. Going to be worn out real bad right there.
Oh,
Dr.
and
Kent,
there's our misogyny. Good to see you. How you doing? We missed you. It's been a couple of Hovind videos where you hadn't insulted women. Piece of shit.
love you, what you do. Been following you for years. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you, Will. Appreciate that. Okay. I'm going to go till it go as long as I can. Okay. Screenshot. You make it any bigger? How did everything get petrified? Well, petrification can take place pretty rapidly. We had all this stuff here the other night: petrified teddy bear, petrified rose, petrified coil of rope. We got all this stuff we can see pictures of. Or
You mean materials with concretions on them?
stories about in our museum.
Fossilization isn't what you clowns think it is.
Petrified cowboy boot with the cowboy's leg still in it, his foot turned to stone, got the leg shot off or torn off or something. I don't know. Yes, petrification. Clams can petrify in about a year under normal pressure, and in the laboratory under extreme pressure in 1 day. Turn a regular clam into stone in 1 day. So the Noah's flood probably made nearly all the fossils in 1 year during that flood. Okay, how did I say? I don't know how it happened during the flood. Yeah, I think most.
Bloody hell, this is pathetic. I mean, what is there to even do with regards to this? This is... You know, Kent, you talked about AJ's unwatchable streams, after supposedly unwatchable streams, after he knocked yours where the audio was broken for half of it that time. I say that time like it hasn't happened a couple of dozen times. But dude, this is beyond unwatchable. It is above that stupid video series defending you. You know, the Ken Hovind is Innocent series. It's more watchable than that, but not by much. There's nothing here. And your lack of charisma shows here.
If it did happen during the flood, we don't see animals fossilizing today. How many animals died in the last 5 years? Colonel Sanders killed a bunch himself, didn't he? I helped, yeah. I didn't help kill them, but I helped eat them. Okay. Let's see. The ark is petrified. Yes, I agree. But petrification could have taken place during the flood, and it could still be taking place, from things that are buried deep enough. All you got to do is exclude the oxygen so it can't rot, and little critters can't live down there. How did people survive not being petrified? Oh, there have been some petrified people that have been found. If you watch my video number 4, lies
My ass.
in the textbooks of my series, I show pictures of petrified people.
Oh, yes. The one they put you away for. The one that's completely forbidden, yet somehow you're still selling. Okay, Kent.
There was one guy in Tennessee. He died and was buried. 14 years later, his wife died. And they were going to bury her next to her husband. They dug the grave and water soaked in. And they said, oh, no, Grandpa's in the water. So they exhumed his casket, opened it up, and he had petrified in 14 years. I give all the documentation
No.
on video 4, and I think again on video 7, rapid petrification. Okay? So yes, petrified people have been found. I've said this for years. They lived long enough to talk to people who were on the earth just right before the flood. Yep. Adam and Eve could have known Noah's daddy. Noah, oh, where's my chart here?
I gotta have my chart. I can't talk about it without my chart.
What's going on here, Joseph?
What's going on here, Joseph, is a bumbling, incompetent idiot is fumbling for his stupid charts because he's so incapable of actually orating the very crap that he himself came up with inspiration from other frauds before him, that he has to have the chart that he shows every single day. It's as if no one has ever seen his content before, so he must go through the entire thing again and again. Or it could just be because this narcissistic piece of crap loves to hear himself talk.
When you graph it out, you'll see things you don't see otherwise. Noah's son lived long enough. Noah's son Shem.
Okay, I'll give you that one, Kent. I'll give you that graphing it out does help, but you think this would be a slide you can just put up, dude? It's weird that you have these couple of particular things you have to show as physical objects that conveniently you can buy. So, maybe that's a strong factor in it.
He would have been 100 years during the pre-flood world, and then he lived after that 500 years. He lived long enough to meet Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You won't catch that reading the Bible unless you graph the dates out like, whoa. So the knowledge they could have passed on would be phenomenal. Probably Noah carried clay tablets on the ark of the first couple chapters of Genesis. God wrote chapter 1, had to. Nobody else would know. Adam wrote chapter 2, 3, and 4.
Wrote it in what? On what? In what language, Kent? I mean, come on. What does that mean?
And then Adam, different people. There's 10 different authors for Genesis. I cover that on video number 7. Get the whole series, $50. I tell people I used to loan them out. Forget it.
Okay, yeah, remember everyone, if I'm muted, by the time y'all even hear it, 30 seconds will have passed, so I wouldn't know. So by that time, it's whatever.
Christians don't steal, but they borrow and never return. I'll sell it to you for $50. When you're done, bring it back, get your $50 back, but I'm not going to loan it to you. Yeah.
Speaking of the guy that was buried and they dug up, it's probably a matter of, since he mentioned water going in there, the water would have contained, it would have been hard water, otherwise would have contained materials, possibly metals of varying types, that would have had their own preservative property with the skin and the like. I forget the details.
Fair way to do it than that. Okay, down at the bottom. How long did Cain hate his brother? The Bible doesn't say. It tells the story in Genesis and also again in 1 John. Why did Cain hate his brother? That's the question. It says in 1 John, because his own works were evil and his brother was righteous. Evil people hate righteous people. We make them look.
No, it was because your stupid God was all full of himself with fucking animal sacrifices and such, but he didn't like the sacrifices of someone whose specific role it was to till the earth. Blood for the blood god. Blood for the blood god. Your God's a piece of shit, and Cain did exactly what any sensible person would do, especially in that primitive-ass society. Fuck you. Not so loved by your God now, are you? It's like you don't even realize where your deity's a dick bag. Probably because your deity's nothing but a dick bag, but of course you're also a dick bag, so dick bags like other dick bags.
Look bad. See, when the Lord's white sheep turn dirty gray, all the black sheep feel more comfortable. Okay? Patrick. Good evening, Dr. Hovind. In light of the recent auroras occurring, I have a question. Since the sun is not 93 million miles away, it is, and it's gigantic. Okay, you're wrong. It's a flat earther coming up here. How do the auroras work then? I know they've been taught in school. It's entirely a fabrication. No, I don't think so.
Hey, if there's audio issues, everything in Restream seems good, so I can't tell you anything other than reload YouTube.
I think the science of what causes the aurora, a fluorescent light does that. Electricity causes the gases in there to fluoresce or glow, you know. The Earth's magnetic field deflects the sun's radiation to the north and south pole, lighting up the sky. The gases are actually glowing. I've been up to, let's see, Barrow, Alaska. That's as far as north as you can get. Preached in Anchorage and several places, Fairbanks, Alaska. I've seen the northern lights many, many times. They're beautiful, but it's cold outside. I want to go to bed. So, yes, I think the sun is 93 million miles away, approximately. We go in an oval around the sun. So sometimes we're closer. When we're closer, they call it perigee, pretty close. If they're farther away, it's called apogee. Who cares? But yeah, that causes.
I'm going to talk about all this stuff and act like I know anything about anything. Then I'm going to follow it up with who cares.
Never mind. Yes, the sun is 93 million miles away, and the radiation from the sun is what's causing the gases in the sky to light up. The northern lights, southern lights, they're beautiful. Okay, let's see. Truth. Absurdities like Noah's Ark have never made me want to commit atrocities. Well, I'm glad you have some other moral compass, I guess. It doesn't mean that Noah's Ark story isn't true. The fact that you don't commit atrocities has nothing to do with the validity of Noah's Ark. Stop and think about it. Okay. Question for Ken. What type KJV Bible do you suggest as a red letter edition? Red letter simply means everything Jesus said is in red. Many Bibles do that. That's
everything they supposedly said.
It's unrelated to anything else. I use the Defender's Study Bible that Henry Morris put out. It's excellent in almost everything. He's wrong about the rapture dates, I think. But we sell the Henry Morris Defender Study Bible someplace. There it is right there, $50. Excellent. Loaded. Henry Morris started with Dwayne Gish, the Institute for Creation.
Hang on. You think he's wrong about the rapture dates? Is those the word you needed? Are those the words you meant to say, or were you trying to talk about some other concept and got it mixed up? Because, I mean, Kent, either the day is that he says it happened or they haven't. So if they have passed, he's wrong. If they haven't yet, he's still wrong, but we don't know for absolute certain that he's wrong. So, I mean, come on, Kent.
Research in Dallas, Texas. And I've always loved their material. And so, yeah, we sell it. That's the best one I know of, recommend it. And it's the old King James. How do I get my 10-year-old some of your stuff? Call 855-BIG-DINO.
Pay $50 and $100 for the DVD sets. Or you could just, Ruben Herrera, you could just fucking show him your his goddamn YouTube account and shit. You could do that, Ruben.
They'll ship it out the next day.
I mean, I'm sorry. This is mean, but I mean, these people who follow Ken aren't the brightest bulbs. It's like if you're watching the fucker's content and you can trivially look and see that there is an archive of this, you might be able to just send some of that to the 10-year-old. Set them down in front of the damn TV, have YouTube going or whatever the hell going, and carnivores.tv will go in and have them watch it. Are you that stupid? Because, I mean, just current year, the expected level of technological prowess of the average person is enough that should be a non-issue. So the fact you're asking this shows you're not the brightest bulb.
Extension 1, or Joy, you get extension 1, right? And you get extension 1, and Bobby picks up extension 2. Is there an extension 0? Push a button. Somebody's going to answer. If nobody answers, push a different button. Yeah. Right. Okay. Is it wrong to use Christmas tree at Christmas? No, I don't think it's a battle worth fighting. Okay. I know it's a pagan symbol, a phallic symbol, and all that stuff, but there's too many other battles to fight that are more important to me. You speak the truth, and that is a great thing in these times. Well, thank you, Rodney. That's all I want to know. I want to know the truth. Okay. If the devil's got it, well, you don't have it. Never mind. I love your work and God bless you. I'm currently in the first book of Samuel in the Old Testament, wondering if so much wars and killing between people. Look, the Bible just accurately records what people did. It doesn't say God was for it or against it.
Or against it. It does, though, Kent. It does. In many cases. That's kind of how storytelling in this case works. In that your hero characters all seem to be told to do sometimes some pretty horrible shit. By God.
It just says this is what they did. Okay, it's an accurate history, and it's sad what people do. Man, I love studying history, but people have done some really evil things down through the years, like really evil.
Like body slam their wives.
By the way, thank you, Joy, for finding this book. We'd mentioned it several times.
Ladies and gentlemen, another fine example of the intelligence of the average Hovindite. Where can I put a question for this live? One, calling it a live instead of a live stream. I went on that little mini tirade yesterday. It's stupidese. Sorry. I know some of my fans say that, but it's not correct. But two, literally asking a question on the X chat of stuff, which is at least semi-understandable. But then the fact that Joseph actually bothers to put it on screen. That's the craziest thing of all. So I can kind of get the person kind of being confused with X because I don't know how those things go at this stage. I haven't properly used X in a year now. Left after the election, I was done. It was already becoming it was already far beyond a right-wing shithole. But bloody hell, Joseph, you don't have to put every single thing on screen.
In the show, A Living Dinosaur by Roy Mackal. He believes in evolution. The University of Chicago professor. But he went to the swamp where there are reports of this dinosaur still living. They're only 20 feet long, according to the natives. But read The Living Dinosaur. He says, after redoing all the research, interviewing people, going over there, talking to people, looking at the swamp, and he says, There are probably some dinosaurs still alive. And then he says, it's amazing they
Yeah, they're called birds.
survived for millions of years. Roy, hang in there. Keep going. Okay, next question, brother. Where can I post a question for this live? You just did. Whatever you did to do that one, do it again, okay? How long did Cain hate his brother? As long as he was able. Oh, I see, okay.
Okay, Doug, that was funny. Oh, this is going to be a good one.
I think the ASV has got some serious problems. I cover why you better use the King James on my video number 7. Go to avpublications.com. So we got a bunch of books we sell about the King James Version. Put some of those up. The ASV is a good translation of the wrong manuscript. They're translating the Alexandrian cult manuscript. Does your ASV, I got one right here. Does it have Acts 8:37? Look up Acts 8:37. If that's not in there, throw it away. Get a King James.
Yes, get the version that contains the content that was added in.
The Dictionary of the King James. There's a bunch of stuff by Gail Riplinger. Great. It's In Awe of Thy Word, a fabulous book. Hazardous Materials, King James, the whole library, $260 for all the different books we have on that time.
Nearly $300 goddamn dollars for a bunch of books that are someone else's writings. Oh, that's rich, Kent.
Okay.
Got the question. Where can you see the timeline at?
The timeline behind me is the same thing as a smaller version of it right here. Somewhere. Oh, here we go. The smaller version is $10. The bigger one, I don't know how much that is, Joe. It's 25 or something. $30. Yeah. It's the same thing. Only this one has stuff on the back, all the different verses from Daniel and Matthew, Mark, and Luke, color coded. So I had to change my theology when I was in prison for 9 years. We're here for the tribulation. Digital download, just get it yourself, okay? $5. Okay. One more. Yeah, I'm about done for the day.
I can't just give it out for free. It's got to be a $5 digital download.
What say you about our firmament? Well, the Bible clearly says in Genesis.
Oh, is this the one? This is the one, isn't it, Joe? Also, firmament is misspelled. That's firmament, not firmament. Let me double check that I'm not making an ass of myself. Firmament, yeah. Okay, just making sure. Firmament. Yeah. Yeah, Kent. Joseph, I should say. Then again, Joseph proceeded to incorrectly correct me and Laura that one time, very famously, in a row with the wrong "your" for each of us.
This is chapter 1 and 2. Read about it. The firmament is where the birds fly. That would be the layer of air over the earth. Today it stretches out 50 miles. I mean, it moves up and down the air. Actually, there's an air tide as well as a water tide. There's actually an earth tide. When we spin around under the moon's gravity pulls up the water, the high tide, also pulls up our air, also pulls up the ground, about 2 inches is all. I forget what the earth tide is. Who cares? That would depend upon the thickness of the earth and the proximity of the moon. And they take a long time and I don't care. Okay, but it does.
I believe for many parts of the Bible, some fermented products were definitely in use, as well as various mushrooms and other things.
Do it. Okay. So I think the air averages, I'm going to pick a number and say 50 miles. Technically, you could probably go out 80 miles and still find a few molecules of air. But the gravity of the earth pulls them down to the earth and holds them there, with gravitational pull. Really, the first 5 miles is about all we can.
100 kilometers, or roughly 62 miles, Kent. That's the Kármán line. About 50 miles up, I think, is what NASA traditionally used. But the Kármán line's accepted at 100 kilometers. The gradient, the atmospheric gradient, is pretty interesting. And yeah, most of the air is obviously within the troposphere, all the pressure density and the like. But even in the rarefied state, many hundreds of kilometers up, there's still enough air particles there for you to have some issues. Periodic reboosts of satellites, etc., become necessary.
Stand to breathe in. You go up 5 miles like Mount Everest, not enough to breathe. You bring oxygen with you. Go up 10 miles, you'll die. The air. I believe the crystal canopy overhead used to squeeze the air, the firmament, down into maybe 10 miles total, which would increase air pressure at the surface, maybe to double, which means every time you take a breath, you get twice as many oxygen molecules. They're packed closer together.
No. Physiology isn't built for that, Kent, so it wouldn't process it the same. There's a limit to the amount that blood can be saturated with oxygen. And indeed, most people, their blood is at saturation. It doesn't actually get much better.
Together, which means you could run for hundreds of miles without getting tired. And that's probably one of the factors involved in
No.
them living to be 900 years old before the flood. Okay? God is for his commandments to us today. I don't know if that question makes sense, does it?
I think he's trying to say that verse is saying commandments for us. I'm not sure.
Well, if you're implying this,
Here's an idea, Joseph. Don't promote people commenting on stuff. Well, that says, well, that seems to be a rebuttal for something. But to whom, we don't know. That seems to be one side of a conversation on X.
Sabbath, I cover that in great detail in video 7 and I have many times on my show here. If you want to try to keep the Sabbath, go for it. I guarantee you can't do it. You can't go out of your house. You can't use any utilities because you can't make anybody work. Your servant can't work. You can't use any utilities. You can't kindle a fire. Couldn't start a car. Can't cook anything.
You can't make another Jew work, Kent.
I've never met anybody who keeps Sabbath. Nobody. Some keep part of it and pretend like they're holy and you're not. But okay.
Also, survival and comfort precede, well, relative comfort. Survival especially precedes the Sabbath. So, yeah, you do what you need to do. The idea is to sacrifice the absolute, anything that's extraneous, and to rest.
I strongly disagree. Kent, how far can a T-Rex surf as long as evolutionists imagine? All right. Pluto. Tomorrow night, same.
Here's our friend. I saw him in the when I skimmed this the other day, and I was like, oh, at least we get to our friend Pluto Pilot on this one. Hope you're still here, Tyler. This is going to be fun.
Question answer. Yes, sir. You got converted. You're going to announce it?
Not yet. You were
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No, can't hear anything now. Where's your mic at?
Well, it's on.
Well, it looks like the earbud is deciding to act up.
Can you turn him up or something, Joseph? You're not. Huh? Oh, headphones. Okay. There. Ah.
Yeah, that would help, Kent, if you put on your gaming headset from Walmart.
I'm sorry, Pluto. Go ahead. What's your question?
You were talking about the fossils before. Are
Yes,
you
sir.
are you under the impression that there are no partially permineralized fossils that are found?
I'm only catching part of your words here. I'm under the impression that there are partially fossilized things.
Man, yeah, when there's tech bloopers that no one can actually control, when stuff just doesn't work right, oof, that is rough. Oh, man. And you already got Kent's deaf self, so ugh.
Found? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah, some things, if they don't fossilize, the rest would rot. We find lots of bones and stuff where, part of it fossilized and the rest rotted before it could fossilize, I'm assuming.
No,
All the
well-
time, go ahead.
Well, I mean, there's still fossils that are found
There we go. That's some crisp audio from a friend.
that are partially permineralized,
Right.
and the rest is bone, right? So,
Right.
which shows that, you say that there's nothing still fossilizing today, but we see that it is. Now, once you take it out of the,
Yeah. I mean, we do find stuff in the process. I don't know what Kent thinks in the process would be other than hey, mineralization's going on. We're seeing where organic tissue is being replaced.
Ground, it stops the fossilization process. There's no minerals to seep into
Right.
the bones.
No more minerals to replace the cells as they dissolve. Well, yeah, I've said I think the flood formed nearly all of the fossils we have in 1 year.
And that's not a response to the question, Kent.
The petrified man in Tennessee is an example of somebody fossilized today. So, but it's such a rare event.
Right, but we find that most of the time these remains do not fossilize in a couple of days or a week or whatever or even a year. It takes more time than that to fossilize. And we do, as we
It can't take more time because it'll rot. It's gone by then.
No, Kent, the conditions where fossilization happens tend to be good at preserving things by their very nature. Not just the fossilization process, but inhibiting microbial decay.
Bones are going to hang around, but they're finding,
Low oxygen environments, very sealed off, tends to stop the material from outright decaying beyond certain points. From there, it's not hard to understand, permineralization happening just takes time. Time you pretend doesn't exist.
they're finding dinosaur tissue, soft tissue, dinosaur blood cells.
actually they're finding like remains of the blood cell. It's not like a blood cell. Even Dr. Schweitzer has said so, and she warns against people saying that it's like a bloody type piece of meat or something like that. It had to be soaked in acid for a very, very long time just to get down to the bio material.
Right.
And so it's
Okay, Kent, so you acknowledge that it wasn't just straight up, you pull the dino bone out, half of it's rock and the other half is just freshly sawn off.
it's not like it's fresh meat or fresh blood.
Well, no, it's 4,500 years old.
Gotta admit, I didn't see that coming.
They drowned
No,
in
it's much older than that. It's millions of years old.
No, it's 4,500.
So, you keep saying nothing is fossilizing today, but as we find remains that are partially fossilized, then that's proof that things are still fossilizing today. The process is still working today as it has always worked.
Okay, well, I'll correct from now on, try to remember to say, I think I tried to say almost all the fossils we find are from the flood in the days of Noah.
Now he's just changing how he says things, accusing himself of saying it. Which, I forget whether he does or doesn't say that way, because I don't really pay that much attention to Kent. But still, the implication is that they come from that particular point in time, and still says we don't see him fossilizing today when we do. So, stop saying it, Kent.
Certainly, their fossils aren't forming in mass quantities today.
See, there you go. It's. Does that qualify as moving the goalpost? Because I think it does, in that reverse kind of way.
Millions of buffalo were slaughtered out west.
Way to do double speak.
Just 150 years ago. Nobody's ever found a fossilized buffalo that I'm aware of. Bison.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Right. You fossilize for it to fossilize, it has to be buried quickly. Now, it's not just water. There's other methods of fossilization.
Yeah,
but when you leave buffalo out on the prairie like that, it's what scavengers are going to come. They're going to eat the meat. They're going to spread the remains, and most of it is going to degrade very, very rapidly.
So these giant dinosaur graveyards they find where the bones are indeed fossilized by the hundreds all tangled together, were they laid out on top and scavenged, or did they have to get buried in mud to form fossils like you said?
Well, not all of them were in mud. We find fossils like in tar pits and other, like I said, it's not just one method of fossilization.
It's pretty rare. Those gray tar pits, 99, I'll pick a number, 90-some% are fossilized in mud the way, and it can still happen today. There's a website called
Kent, only certain conditions are going to be prevalent for fossilization. So, of course, you're going to find things that have been effectively buried by water sources. It's good by the nature of it. It's going to be, one of those things that promotes potential for fossilization. Sedimentary layers that apply quickly. Life needs water. Life is always around water. So it only makes sense then that if something's going to die, it's going to be near water. It runs the chance of being fossilized, depending on the conditions of the particular area. You don't find fossils in the areas that aren't, you don't find them as common in areas that weren't, seashores, lake or river, coastlines, etc. That doesn't mean that everything is magically from some stupid flood that couldn't possibly have happened. Because if that was the case, again, Kent, shit would be everywhere, all over the planet, all mixed together equally. There would be no rhyme or reason to it. It would be pure chaos. When y'all describe the flood in the way you do and these kinds of defenses of your idea of fossilization, you're describing a giant mud flood. It's like, no, it's not going to be some massive mud flood, Kent. Unless most of the planet fucking liquefied at that point and everything got shook up in its own right. None of the physics you guys tout, knowingly or not, when you talk about things this way, makes any sense.
How to Make a Fossil in 24 Hours, I think is the name of it. They've got this little press that they sell. You put a leaf or a bug or something in there, cover it with mud, torque the pressure down, and it turns it to stone in one day.
Well, I would have to, I don't know what you're talking about, but to say that the fossilization per mineralization process is not still happening, I think that's very misleading.
Okay.
Because we do find those fossils.
I will correct that. The website,
No.
Lost World Museum up in New York.
No, you fucking won't, Kent.
He's got all kinds of examples and articles on this very topic. So John Adolphi, Lost World Museum, you can see rapid fossilization stuff that they have there, the coil of rope. He's got a hat that the fedora that they used to wear, the fancy hat, turned to stone. He's got it right there in his museum. It happened in 2 weeks.
Hard water doesn't make fossils, Kent. Well, no, I say that. Hard water dripping on something doesn't make it a fossil. Not like that, Kent.
They fossilized it or permineralized it, which is essentially one of the methods of fossilization.
It's concretions. It's not fossil.
But anyway, okay, thank you.
It's not permineralization.
Correct that. Okay, appreciate
All
that.
right. All right. Thank you very much. Bye.
All right. Any more, Joseph?
Ken admitted he was wrong, but will he stick to the fact that he admitted he's wrong, or will he still say the same thing tomorrow, which is yesterday's video? I guess we'll find out then.
A couple more questions, and I'm fading. What is the creationist argument for why carnivores are...
Yes, Tyler, do. And anyone else who can remember, because there's always that good chance that I will forget. Hold him to this. If you hear him say, we don't see fossilization happen today, bring that shit up on his videos, on other people's videos covering Kent, if it's anything new. Of course, I'm the primary person who does the constant new, all the time Kent Hovind stuff. Follow up with it. Bring it up. I do a video, he says it, I don't catch it, bring it up quick as hell. As I tap the wrong button.
designed the way they are if there was no death in the original creation? Thank you, Brother. Well, a lot of animals have really sharp teeth that eat plants. Hippopotamus, look at their teeth. Just because it has sharp teeth doesn't mean
See a lot of moling, a lot of grinding molars in there, Kent. Hippo teeth aren't. No, they're not fucking velociraptor teeth. Come on, dude. They're not cat teeth.
Everything was vegetarian according to the Bible. Everything ate plants before the flood came. After the flood, in Genesis 9, God said, Noah, now the animals are going to be.
But, all these animals needed to be cultivated for some reason, and Abel had to sacrifice a bunch of them to show God how much of an obedient servant he was. Why were they breeding animals like that, Kent? Why did they have domesticated animals and farming in such a way? I mean, if you're not going for meat, there's only a few animals that really matter. And that's basically some mammals that produce milk. Eggs would be off the table, I believe. So, I mean,
Afraid of you, and now you can eat meat. Man's diet was plants, vegetables, and fruit and seeds before the flood. Okay. The carnivore or vegetarian is the Cherokee Indian word for bad hunter, I think. And it's perfectly okay to eat meat.
what a piece of shit.
I do as often as I can. Love it. But before the flood, it was.
How do you respond to that, though? Oh, humans are only vegetarians, but it's okay to eat meat now. It's totally cool, even though it's a direct result of the fall. Huh. Just pick and choose.
Not the case. But see, going from a plant-eating lion to a meat-eating lion is a minor change compared to going from a rock to a lion. Minor.
Let me just change to something else, going a complete red herring because I'm a dumbass.
Minor change. Okay, thank you. Let's see. That's Avogadro's number, 7.62 times 10 to the 23rd. I think it should be 23rd. Is it 39? Boy, it's been a long time since I used that one. That's a long time. Oh, who cares?
And there's Hovind not comprehending what those numbers mean.
Obviously not about the transfiguration, given the context. What does it really mean? Well, I don't have it open in front of me. I don't know the whole Bible by heart. Mark 13:30. Okay.
Then quit whining and just look it up, dumbass.
Mark 13:30. Here we go. So ye in like manner, when ye shall see all these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the doors. Oh, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be done. When he says this generation, I think there's a double meaning there. The people that he's talking to that day, they saw the Roman Empire come in and slaughter everybody in 70 AD. But also the generation that he was talking about, which is going to happen probably this generation now, 2,000 years later, is also going to see a great slaughter. You're going to see Christians be killed like crazy here in the next 7 years. I believe. We'll see. Okay, that's it. Dinosaurs are partially fossilized.
This is true. Hippos will eat whatever the hell they want.
The bones we have are thoroughly fossilized. Fossilized wood somebody gave me, totally turned to stone. Petrified wood. Elizabeth, thank you so much for sending the fossilized wood. I think there are examples of that still happening. So our caller might have been right. I should correct that and say it rarely happens today. Okay, tomorrow night, same thing. Call in if your question. Thank you. Hey, the Bible's true. If you died today or tonight, where would you go?
Doesn't fucking matter, Kent, because your magical stories aren't true. Probably to the city morgue. If I had to take a wild guess.
You're going to be dead for a long time. Might want
Good.
to pack a lunch for that trip. Call if I can help. 855 Big Dino, extension 3. I take calls all day, and at night I shut my phone off if I'm sick of talking. So, bye.
Yeah, like Hovind's ever sick of talking. Righty. That's the end of that. Oh, man. Impossible for a carnivore, yeah. Well, I don't really have anything else to say from that. Low energy stream. Very low energy. Not a huge stream. Oh no, I can't do a good Trump. I don't really have commentary. It's more of the same. Gonna be honest, I grow really tired of having to follow Cunt Koresh the rate I do. But because people are fickle things, gonna box myself into a corner, and people don't seem to be able to comprehend that I wish to do more with this channel than just, you know, ridicule Hovind and other things from time to time. I know the core audience will stick around because they, y'all are here for me. But man, getting views, getting numbers up on alternate content, it's tricky, real tricky. Or maybe I'm just stressed from the weather change, probably, and the fact that everyone else around me is sick, probably making me sick as well. I don't know. I think I'm gonna rest a little while. We may or may not finish the Friday stream later today. Like I said, I was gonna do this stream last night, but I was too dang tired. But that's about that. I don't really have anything else to add. As always, links down below to all kinds of cool stuff if you're not there already. And let's see, anything else? Anything else? Since the line's being changed from herbivores to carnivores, just stupid on a colossal scale. Yep. We could go into so much more detail on that one time. Maybe we will. But I don't have the energy right now. So I'm going to hop off here. Probably fire up Castlevania and all that jazz. Much love.